Today, students, we are going to discuss about what is electric potential. In order to understand what is electric potential, we have to take into account the following analogies or the following illustrations, where from which I can just make you clear what electrical potential means in case of electricity. Here what I am going to do in the illustration, I am going to just relate it with your daily experiences so that you can relate it with those experiences, and then it will be easy for you to understand what electric potential means. The first analogy which I am going to discuss it with you is that if I am having an inclined plane, okay, AB, and a ball is placed here, what will happen when I will release this ball? This ball is going to move towards point B. Now, my question is that why the ball moves from position A to position B? It is because of the difference in the height. Due to the height, the potential energy, this is the same, due to the difference in the height, there will be the difference in the potential energy, and this is having higher gravitational potential energy. So that is why it moves from the greater height to the lesser height. One more example I will discuss it with you is that if there are two tanks, water tanks, okay, we will interconnect them like this. If this is the tank A and tank B, right? Now what I will tend to do, I will interconnect them. Placing one knob over here. Knob, tap like structure. Okay, this is A tank and this is B tank. I fill the water in this tank. Let it is at this level. Okay. Now once I remove this knob, the water will move towards the tank B. The water will move towards the tank B. The movement of the water from higher level to the lower level will, the water will flow, will keep on flowing. Up to that time, up to which the level in both the water, in both the tanks, level of water in both the tanks will not be the same. Okay. Before connecting the knob, before opening the knob, the water was just in the tank A only, but then when we opened the knob, the water moved from tank A to tank B, right? And the water kept on flowing from tank A to tank B till the level of water in both the tanks is not same. In the same manner, if there is a cup containing hot water and I place a spoon in it, what will happen? The heat will get transferred from from the hot water to the spoon. So what now, why I have taken up these analogies? Here there has been the you can say there has been the movement of this ball just because of the difference in the height. Here has been the movement of the water because of the unequal amount of water, right? And there was the transfer of heat, again because of the unequal amount of heat. In case of electricity, if we want to find out that what potential means, it is just like the height which is for this situation. It's like level and it's like temperature. So in electricity, potential is just like the height, level or temperature, right? So we know that when a body is raised to a height, or when there is difference in the level of the liquid, or if there is raised temperature, the work has been done by the objects in moving from higher to lower potential. Similarly, work has to be done while charging a body. And when we charge a body, the work which is stored in the body is defined as electrical potential energy. Or in simple words, I can say that electrical potential is equal to electric potential energy upon charge. So I have discussed with you that when in all the three situations the work has been done. Why the work has been done? Because of the height, because of the level of water, and because of the temperature. In the same manner, in electricity, when the body is charging, the work is done. This work is stored in the body in the form of electric. That work which is stored in the body while charging is called as electrical potential energy, and electrical potential is equal to electrical potential energy per unit charge. Electrical potential energy per unit charge. Okay. In another way also, in other words also, I can discuss electrical potential as what is there on your screen. For example, if we don't consider these analogies, and we will consider one more analogy, that if there is the electrical field, the electrical field, like magnet create the magnetic field. Magnet has the magnetic field, that is around which the influence of the magnet can be felt. Magnetic field is that field around which the influence of the magnet can be felt. That means around which the force, magnetic force can be felt. That field we call as magnetic field. In the same manner, if there is the presence of charge, it can create a field around itself, and that field we call as electrical field, right? If there is somehow infinity where the value is not defined, if there is plus 1 unit of charge, okay, plus 1 unit of charge, and now if the charge moves, the work is to be done. Okay, when the charge moves, the work has to be done, and the work done in moving a unit charge from infinity to the this point in the electrical field to the given point in the electrical field is called as electric potential. Electrical potential is amount of work done in moving a unit charge from unit positive charge from infinity to a point in the electrical field. और जैसे मैंने पहले डिस्कस किया है that electrical potential can be defined as electric potential energy per unit charge, and that electrical potential energy is because of the work done which is stored in the charged body, right? So here also we can discuss it like this, that work done in moving a unit charge from infinity to the given point in the electrical field, that is how can we define the electric potential. In the three cases which I have discussed with you, that is here, where there was the inclined plane and there was the difference in the level of the water and the heat transfer. Right? Why the work was done? What was the work done here? The ball moved from higher position to the lower position. Here also, the water moved from tank A to tank B. Why? Because of the difference in the level of the water. Here, the work was done because of the difference in the height. And here, the work was done because of the difference in the temperature. Now, how can we create this difference in the electrics? What we have to do, the difference of the electrical potential, the difference in the electrical potential, if we want that this charge should keep on moving, the charge has been able to move, the work has been done in moving a unit charge. It is because of the difference. The work in this situation has been done because of the difference in the height. The work in this situation has been done because of the difference in the speed, in the level. The work has been here done because of the difference in the temperature. So how the charges, how the potential can flow? For the flowing of charges, there should be some difference in the electric pressure, which is called as potential difference. We want that this charge should always flow. There has been flow because of the difference. One is at higher level and one is at lower level. One is having higher level here also. One is having higher temperature and one is at lower temperature. The water is at higher temperature, the spoon is at lower temperature. The ball is at higher, you can say the higher level, here the ball is at the lower level. Because of this, the work has been done. Because of this difference. And how we will able to create this difference so that the charge will keep on moving. We have to create the difference. And that difference will be created because of the difference in the electrical pressure, or called as potential difference. The difference of the electrical potential is provided by either an electrical cell, a battery, a generator. So now we have to discuss about the what is potential difference. I have told you that if this is the point A and this is the point B, we have to move this charge. In analogy 1, analogy 2, analogy 3, we have been the object has been able to do work only because of the difference. Whether it was in the difference in height, whether it was in the difference of level of water, or whether it was the difference of the temperature. Here also, if we want the charge should keep on flowing, we have to create a difference. And that is called as potential difference. What is potential difference? How can we measure the potential difference? That potential difference between the 2 points A and B on a conductor is defined as amount of work done. The difference will be amount of work done in bringing a unit charge from A to B. If we want that 1 unit charge or 1 coulomb charge should move from A to B, then the work done in moving a 1 unit charge from A to B is said to as electric potential. Is said to be as electric potential. Now I have told you that electrical potential can be denoted as V. Even in the same manner, the potential difference can also be denoted as V. I have told you that if there are 2 points A and B, work done in moving a unit charge from A to B is the potential difference between the point A and point B. So I can say that V is equal to potential difference. V will be equal to amount of work done. Amount of work done in moving a unit charge. Charge we denote by Q. So amount of work done in moving a unit charge from point A to point B is said to be as potential difference. Okay. So here, if I want to say the SI unit of potential difference is with volt, then what will be 1 volt equal to? 1 volt will be equal to if 1 joule of work is done. If 1 joule of work is done in moving 1 coulomb of charge from point A to point B, from one point to another point, then the potential difference will said to be as 1 volt. The potential difference across the 2 points will be 1 volt if 1 joule of work is done in moving 1 coulomb of charge. Right? So now I hope that you must have been able to understand it. Okay, its electrical potential is a scalar quantity. We are going to now discuss about the various components of the electric circuit. Before we discuss about the this law, Ohm's law, we have to understand the various components of the electric circuit. Okay. So I have told you, one thing I just missed up, that there is a device which is responsible for measuring the potential difference, and that device we can measure the potential difference with the device which is called as voltmeter. I have told you that there should be the difference, and this difference, in order to that charge should always flow from A to B, we must create a difference, and that difference we discussed as potential difference. And how can it be defined? As amount of work done in moving a unit charge from one point to another point. Now, before we discuss about the Ohm's law, I have to discuss about the various components of the electric circuit. One by one, I would like to discuss. In order to draw the electric circuit, in order to draw the circuit diagrams, there are various notations and symbols. These symbols are as such that, like, just to indicate a wire, we use the line. Just to indicate the key, we use this symbol. It's an open key, and if we want to identify that it is a closed key, we have to put the insert between these two brackets. Okay. Then for electric bulb, we can use this symbol. For showing the voltmeter, we are using the symbol like this, voltmeter. V I have to write down within the circle. In order to show the voltmeter is always connected in parallel to the resistance, and just to find a value of current can be measured by ammeter. And in circuit diagram, I can show it like this. Then the electric cell, just one cell, having the two terminal, positive and negative. I can indicate it like this, that one bigger one, positive and negative. And in order to indicate galvanometer, which detect the just presence of current, whether the current is flowing or not, we use the galvanometer G. Okay, and there are various other symbols which are there in your book, where you can consult and find out that what all are the different symbols which we use while drawing the circuit diagram.